guys, Alex here. Welcome back to my channel, a channel about real estate, personal finance, and business. Uptown Cagayan de Oro is one of the most desirable and progressive areas to live in and work in. It's like the BGC of Cagayan de Oro. For those who are not familiar with CDO, it's divided into two main areas. Uptown area, which is the area around SM Mall where the old airport used to be. And it's called Uptown because it's 130 meters above sea level, and it's like a whole new city altogether because it's a complete community in itself. It has a mall, a township, schools, retail area, several condos. There's a hospital that's currently being constructed, and Gaisano will also be building another mall in front of Gran Europa. Aside from this, 4 new townships will be rising in this area. So there's one by Pueblo de Oro just ahead Gulf Estates, another by Abron, which is called Central Uptown Business District. The third township will be by John Dorf, which is Orchard District, and the fourth is Pontefino Estates by Finoland. So if you live and work in this area, there's practically no reason why you need to go downtown because everything you need is already here. Now, why do I love townships so much? It's because townships appreciate a lot faster than standalone residential projects. This is because of the commercial development that is part of the township. You see, there are 4 main types of real estate. We have agricultural, industrial, residential, and commercial. So out of the 4, commercial real estate appreciates the fastest because it gets developed the fastest as well. For today's project in focus, I will be discussing a township that will be rising soon in Uptown CDO, Pontefino Estates. Pontefino Estates is a project by Fino Land Inc. Their core business lies in restaurants, hotels, and real estate. So they are a Batangas-based developer. They have had several projects located in Batangas: Pontefino Residences, Pontefino Prime Elite, The Terraces, One Pontefino, Pontefino Estates Batangas, and the mansions at Pontefino. And because Cagayan de Oro is one of the most progressive cities in the Philippines, they have branched out and expanded here in CDO as well with Pontefino Estates. So Pontefino Estates is a 40-hectare township development, and their first residential community is St. Francis Heights. So they will also be putting a commercial area called Masterson Square. So it's not just an ordinary subdivision. Again, they're building a community, a township. And it's also just a couple of minutes away from SM City Mall and Pueblo de Oro Business Park. So they will be featuring St. Francis Heights, which are townhouses. So what composes Pontefino Estates? So first is they have the residential development, St. Francis Heights, which are townhomes, Masterson Union, their commercial, retail, and dining area, and Pontefino Estates, which will be a mixed-use residential area. So let's go to St. Francis Heights, which is what they're developing at the moment. So they actually have ready for occupancy units now available. So the design is neo-Victorian inspired. And this is the location of Pontefino Estates. So as you can see, it's located here, just a few steps away from SM City Mall. So it's near DILG as well, DepEd, DSWD. It's also near banks like BPI, East West, BDO, RCBC. There are a lot. There's also a church nearby, which is St. Francis. It's also near XU Senior High, Corpus Christi, Roseville, and also right in front of Pontefino Estates is Manresa Farm, and that will be the future site of Xavier University. So basically, it's near everything. So it will be very convenient for those that will be living in this subdivision. So let's go to the specs of the property. So like I mentioned, it has a townhouse type of design. It has a lot area of between 75 to 102 square meters. So there's a range because 75 is the standard lot area of the inner units, while 102 square meters is the lot area of the end units. And it has a floor area of 103 to 109. So again, the inner units are at 103 square meters, corner units are at 109 square meters. So it has 4 bedrooms, 3 toilet and bath, and has a 2-car garage. So I think one of the advantages of this project, their units, is that it has a 2-car parking, because usually families living uptown have at least 2 cars now. So most of them end up parking their second car in front of their house, which will really take up space, take up road space. So the roads become cramped because you're already parking at the road instead of your parking space. So at least if you have a 2-car parking garage, then that will really be more convenient for everyone in the community. So I think this is a plus, having 2-car parking. They also have RFO units available. So for those who need a unit that is already ready for occupancy, then St. Francis Heights can provide that for you. Okay, so let's go to the computation of St. Francis Heights. So let's say the total, so for an inner unit, the total contract price is 5.8 million. So if you pay for the property spot cash, that means full payment within 30 days, you will get a 5% discount. And they also have a deferred cash payment scheme wherein you can pay for the total contract price in installment over a span of 12 months at no interest. So the monthly payments may be a bit steep, but there is no interest. You won't need to get a bank loan. So if you divide 5.8 divided by 12 months, that's about 479,000 per month. Next financing option is you can pay like 30% of the total contract price spot cash, and then 70% can be paid over a span of 12 months. And then for the last option, we have bank financing. So that's 20% down payment, 80% you will get a loan at the bank for that. So 20% can be payable over a span of 6 months, and then you can get a bank loan for the balance. So if it's at 20 years to pay 80%, it will be around 37,000 per month for 20 years. Yeah, so the equity now is payable in 6 months. They also have another option for the ready for occupancy units wherein the 20% down payment is payable in a span of 12 months. So it really depends on you which one you prefer. So they also have inner units at 5.5. So again, the most affordable inner unit that they have is 5.5. So 20% down, payable in 12 months, and then 80% can be financed by the bank. So if you get a loan for the balance, which is 80%, then that's about 35,000 per month for the next 20 years. So what are the pros and cons of St. Francis Heights? So the big pro is that it's a mixed-use community. Since I mentioned a while ago that living in a township is advantageous if you really want your property to appreciate faster because of the commercial development that will be happening in the community. And then the location, it's very convenient. There's a lot of public transpo just along the highway. It's very near SM Mall, and it's in front of the future site of Xavier University. Again, flexible payment terms since they have pre-selling units available, so it can be paid over a span of 24 months. RFO units are also available, and it is a condominium. So the title of this is CCT, Condominium Certificate of Title. So that means you can sell it to foreigners. So for the cons, it really depends on what size you prefer for your property, but it may be a smaller size for some. So it depends on your preference, and the townhouse design can result in limited space. So if you want a more spacious design, then it would be better to opt for a single detached design rather than the townhouse, since you won't have to share your lot area with your neighbor. But if you're okay with the townhouse design, then it's fine. Also, some of my clients feel that the colorful facade is another con, since most clients really prefer like neutral tones. But again, it depends on your preference. Like, I presented this product to one client and he said like he liked the colorful design. So it's a matter of preference. And also, shared lot ownership can be a con because, again, the title is that of a condominium. So the lot is shared by all the unit owners. So that's it for now for Pontifino Estates and for St. Francis Heights. If you have any other questions, then just contact me. My details are listed in the description box down below, and we can set up a meeting. And I'll see you in my next video.